Okay, so I'm out here. Hey, Groot. Doo-doo-doo. Hi, buddy. So I'm out here with my nightly walk with the Groot, and I see a lot of videos lately about these goofy dog trainers. Yes, I know Groot has a prong collar on, so I'm not going to be the best example right now, but he has a prong collar on because he is particularly strong-willed, and sometimes he needs that extra little, hey, get back here, buddy, that a normal flat buckle collar will not do for him. But since he's got his motivator in his mouth, I gotta fix this real quick. He's got his motivator in his mouth, his little tug toy, when he's done peeing over here. Groot, good boy. Whenever I want him, because he's got his motivator, and he likes this little game called Groot. Raw. Come here. Over here. Yes, you got your toy. And you're playing with it in the poison ivy, so it's going to be fun for me later on when I get all itchy. Hey, Groot, over here. Thank you, buddy. You flipping that around? Yeah, you having fun with it? But let's talk about motivation. Motivation can be a tug toy, positive. It can be a treat, positive. It can also be fear. Prong collars, which Groot doesn't really care about it too much. It doesn't bother him, so it's okay with it. But it just provides me a little bit of an extra, hey, come over here when I need you to come over here when I stop walking. He puts the pressure on himself and comes back. Easy as. But it can also be done through throw chains, like some things that rhyme with park and custers. E-collars. But these provide a motivation based off of fear. You do something you're not supposed to, and this scary thing's going to come and spook you, motivating you not to do it again. If you go to pull, there's a consequence, a stimulation. And these are all when these things, like the e-collars, are used incorrectly. Good boy, Groot. And you're using the fear to motivate a behavior. You're not actually training your dog. You're just spooking it into not doing something it wants to do. Not really a great way to train a dog. But it does motivate them to do it if they think they're going to get corrected or feel something that's going to be less than pleasant for them. But the better way to do that is using a toy as a motivator, if the dog so is driven by toys. Like Mr. Groot, sit. Good boy. Good job. And a quick game of tug. Groot likes a game of tug, but it gets kind of rough. And it's hard to make a video when Groot's playing tug of war. Come on. Food is another good motivator, which I don't have on me tonight. And that was my hand in the camera. Good boy. Yeah. Good boy. And we're using play in the game of tug, and he gets to carry his tug with him when we're out on a walk like this. Oh, thank you, buddy. You came back. You're all excited. Somebody's all excited. He's got a tuggy tug. So he's going all goofy. And, you know, I really don't care. It's 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, something like that. I'm the only one out here. You can have fun. It doesn't really matter. I just have to watch them with cars when they drive by down there. Well, flush your toy. Got your toy. Come on. So this just allows them to kind of cut loose and have some fun, whatever. But food's another motivator. You do work, you get food. But to get them to understand what that work is, you have to figure out how to get them to manipulate their body into the position you want. And when they give you what you want, you give them what they want. It's like a paycheck when you go to work all week long. You get done, you open up your paycheck on Friday, woo, it's either, yeah, I got paid, or, crap, I got paid. That's not a good paycheck. So whatever the motivator is, whatever the paycheck is, it has to fit the dog and it has to fit their desires. If you have a dog that likes to play with toys like Groot, hi buddy, then a game of tug and allowing him to carry his tuggy tug. Groot, over here. Come here. Hey, boy. Hey, come here. Get over here. Muttonhead. What are you? Oh, we're just gonna devolve into a whatever this is. But it's a high motivator for him, so he likes to carry it and he likes to play with it. And when he's behaving himself, which he's being kind of cheeky tonight, when I call him back, he comes back. We walk a little bit with him at heel. Hey, don't pull. Thank you. We walk with him for a little bit at heel. We'll do, come here. Have him sit. Yes, you got the babies. Give him a scratchies because he likes scratchies. What he really likes is he wants a tug of war. He wants a tug of war. Who wants a tug of war? Groot wants a tug of war. Good boy. Sit. We're right back. Spin. Good boy. I did not get that on camera. Groot. Oh, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Come on. But the motivator, the reward, the paycheck has got to fit the dog's personality and what drives them. My pit bull Jet, his motivator, his thing that drives him is food. That boy, even though he doesn't like people, he will do anything a human asks him to do as long as you got a piece of food in your hand. Groot, he'll do things for food too, but it's a little bit more, it's not as rewarding for him as this is. And so on and so forth. But know your dog when you're training them. Make sure the motivators are based out of a positive means. Toys, food, play. I don't know, whatever else your dog may want to do. Not so much out of fear. Don't. Okay, I need you. Hey, come here. Woo-hoo. Don't go. I'm going to train my dog to walk on a leash, and I'm going to motivate it to stay at heel by using an e-collar. But I've never really trained it to do it. But if it pulls, I'm going to zip it on the e-collar, and every time it does it, I'm going to use the e-collar to motivate it to come back to me. It's a failed way of thinking. It's failed logic. It just ends up with behavioral issues and a whole bunch of other stuff, and a dog that never actually learns to listen to you. Groot is just a stubborn butt. Groot's just a stubborn butt. And we're not really trying to get him to do anything today. We're just out doing shenanigans. So we're just doing shenanigans. Groot, are we doing shenanigans? Groot, is it shenanigan time? Hi. Shenanigan time? Yeah. Okay, let's go. But that's about it. Remember, keep your motivators happy. Keep them positive. Don't worry about the e-collars. E-collars are for some other things. They do come in handy in certain situations, depending on the dog, the purpose, the 10 million other possibilities of why you may actually need one. But for the most part, you don't need them. Don't use them. And if you are going to use them, talk to somebody who's a balanced trainer that doesn't call everything, oh, well, that dog's just being dominant. It's dominant, so it's dominant, so you must use an e-collar on it. It's dominant, so you must use a choker on it. It's dominant, so you must use a prong collar on it. It's dominant. It peed in the corner, so it's dominant peeing because it peed in the corner when you were looking at it. That's all just a load of horse shit. Don't believe those people. Go find another trainer. They're just going to take your money and leave you with a damaged dog. All right, hopefully that helps some of you understand something about dog training and motivators and what to look out for a dog trainer. If you're going to go for a balanced one, go for one that doesn't just claim everyth's a dominant behavior. Your dog's standing in the corner shaking, it's trying to dominate the corner and peeing on itself because it's trying to dominate itself. That's just stupid. And I have heard people say things like that. They called it dominance urination or something. It's like, no, your dog was afraid and it had to pee, so it peed on the carpet in front of you. And you didn't let it out in time. I mean, it's not that your dog's not trying to dominate you by peeing on your carpet. Your dog had to go pee and you didn't take the signals. It's that freaking simple. Dominance theory is a failed ideology of dog and wolf behavior that was, I believe it was David Meck that was the originator of dominant Syrian canines, and he even went back and recanted his statements years later, because what he realized is this pack of wolves he was studying was a forced pack in a zoo. And when he got a chance in later years to restudy wolf behavior in the wild, he realized, well, damn, I was wrong. And he even admits he wishes he never uses the term dominant dog and alpha dog and things like this when he was originally describing wolf behavior, because he understands that with his later research that it was a failed way of thinking. It was a failed ideology. Because the reality is, as a wolf pack is concerned, you have a family unit. You don't have one dog trying to force control over the other pack of dogs. That's not how it works. Nobody's trying to usurp anybody else for a rite of breeding, because, you know, it's kind of unnatural for the male offspring of a female wolf to try and remate with the mother, and nature sets up boundaries to prevent that. So there's that part of the whole thing. And where was I going with that? I don't know. But the reality is, dogs are a family unit. It's mom, dad, siblings, some aunts, some uncles, maybe some grandparents in there if they've lived long enough. And it's not one dog trying to prove to all the other dogs they must follow it. They must allow it to eat first. They must allow this. They must do that. They must follow its every desire. That's just not how it works. Even when they've studied packs of feral dogs, what they have found in a pack of feral dogs is that on any given day, one dog may control the source for water. It just happens to be thirstier than the other dogs that day. On that same day, another dog may control the toy because it wants to play with the toy more. On another day, or on the same day, another dog may be more possessive over food because it's hungrier. And the day later, the dog that was possessive over the water is now possessive over the toy. The dog that was possessive over the toy is now possessive over the water. And everything just goes through this giant jumble. And it changes from day to day, week to week, and hour to hour, depending on simple factors. I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, I want to play, I want to be in the shade, I want to be over here, I want to be over there, this is what I want to do, and I covet this at this moment more than I covet that at that moment. That's all there is to it. I'm out of breath. There is no greater logic to anything. It's the things they want the most that they're going to be possessive over at any given moment in time. We work with our dogs to try and prevent that from happening with a fair and biased relationship with them by teaching them, okay, yeah, great, you want to play with the toy, but you're not going to play with the toy if you're going to be aggressive, so we take the toys away. You want to eat your dinner? Well, you're not going to growl at me, so what we're going to do is I'm going to hold the bowl and I'm going to hand feed you for a while till you understand this food comes from me and you have to work for it a little bit. I'm not going to go, okay, you growl at me over food, so you're trying to control me around your food bowl? I don't eat dog kibble. I got no dog in that plate. I don't want to eat that. I don't want to eat kibble. It's not my food. But I do want you to understand that you can eat the food, but you don't have to growl at me. So I'm going to positively interact with you to break down these issues and teach you a better way of thinking while you are eating. That you do not need to growl at me, that you can trust me around the food bowl, because I'm not going to take it. I got no want to take it. I'm not going to fight with you over food. What do I look like? And that guy on TV, the guy that thinks he's his dog, so he gets over a dog's food bowl and growls back in its face and then gets the crap bit out of him? No, that's how that happens. You're never going to beat a dog in a dog fight if it really wants to kick your butt. They have teeth, we do not. That's how that ends. But at the end of the day, if you want your dog to stop growling at you because it's around food, make it work for the food by holding the bowl and just doing basic obedience. Call its name, walk around in circles. Get it to follow you, get it to lie down, get it to come when it's called. Basic obedience, get it to sit and stay. I should probably be paying more attention to my dog because he's pulling, but I'm not. So it is what it is. And then after a while, all you do, you start putting the food bowl down. Have the dog sit in front of the food bowl. Put a couple pieces of kibble in it. Tell him he's a good boy. Use a clicker. Don't use an e-collar waiting for him to snap at you so you can punish the dog. That's just mean and uncalled for and unnecessary behavior on the human's part. And it's just a failed understanding on the trainer's part, thinking that that is necessary. You don't wait for a dog to react to punish it. You wait for the dog to behave in an appropriate manner and reward it So it knows, are you pooping again? Yeah, he's pooping again. So they know when they're doing right from wrong. You can ignore the negative behavior. Let them bark their fool heads off. As long as it's done in a safe manner and you're not going to get bit. If it is in a manner where you could risk getting bit, you may need to use the e-collar. And the only reason why you need to use that e-collar at that point is just to break the cycle. Go, oh, nope. This is going to sting a little bit, buddy, but we got to break this. We got to break this want for you to growl at me and bark at me in this moment. And that's where something like a simple stimulation all the way down to either a tone or a poop bag or a small vibration, not even the electric stimulation from an e-collar, could be all it takes to stop that bark or that growl so you can get the dog to progress forward from there without causing undue stress on yourself or your animal. And once they have stopped growling, they get a minute to calm down. When they calm down, you know what? It's not barking. It's not growling. It's being appropriate. So what do? We give it a good boy. Groot, we give it a good boy. Yeah, like that. And then we give them a reward, a treat, a pat on the head. A chase, well, if you're working with food and food issues, maybe not a moment of tug of war and chew toy games. But I hope you get the idea at this point. This video is kind of on a whole lot longer than I was expecting it to. And it seems like a bit of a ramble, but hopefully you watch it. If you do, good. And if you watch it and you get something from it, even better. Have a good one.